Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita. Today I'm going to show you how we transformed our bathroom for under $300. This is it. It's super ugly, I know. This decor is from right when we got married, when I was still in the phase of trying to do things that Logan would like to. We actually had camo towels at one point that matched this stuff. It's really, really old. Obviously, it doesn't match our style. So we're gonna be obviously getting rid of that. But I haven't really focused on this bathroom at all because we were, someday we are gonna renovate it. But that day is not today or anytime this year. So what I'm gonna be doing in here is doing some new paint. Right now we just have like a light blue that clashes with everything. We are going to be leaving the mirror, but I think I'm gonna try painting the chrome one here to black. The sink is staying for now. It is chipped right here, but we're not gonna replace it until we fully renovate this bathroom. Toilet is staying. Light is getting replaced with something I've got for another renovation like a year and a half ago, and it's just been sitting around because we didn't end up using it. We have an extra towel ring that we're gonna swap out here. We're going to ditch the towel bar. I don't like towel bars. And I've got some hooks that I ordered for right here. You can see there's a big hole in the drywall. There's actually gonna be a second hole here pretty soon. We have a small little leak in the sink that we installed right here. This is the laundry room sink, that farmhouse sink we just put in. We need to get that tightened up before we close off this wall. And so instead of worrying about getting the patches perfect and retextured in here, since I am doing a little makeover, what I'm gonna do on this wall is we're gonna cover it up with drywall, and then I'm gonna cover the whole bottom part with shiplap. That'll just make it a little easier. I don't have to worry about the texture. And then we're gonna be painting the floors, which I'm so excited about. I'm really excited to try it. First up, I started with that mirror. I wanted to transform the chrome on the edges there and make it black so it just fit in a little better. I started by using rubbing alcohol to clean it really well. I taped everything off on the mirror and on the wall, and then just kind of used a piece of spare cardboard to try to protect the walls as much as I could while I spray painted it with matte black spray paint. Alright guys, I am finally starting to make a little progress on the bathroom. You can see I've been painting. So this morning I started, and whenever we're painting a room, we actually have a whole blog post about the best order to paint a room, like what you start with and what you end with. So what we do is we always start with the ceiling first and then kind of work our way down. So I got the ceiling painted. There's just one coat. I'm gonna do one more coat. So when we are painting the ceiling, we always use, in all of our houses, in all of the rooms, we use Behr's Marquee flat white, just the regular white, no tint added. So that makes it simple. We always know what to touch up with. So I'm gonna do, one thing I did before I painted is I caulked all of the corners. There was some that it was just showing some cracks and stuff. So I caulked everything, waited, did one coat. Now, let me turn the camera around. So now I'm gonna do one more coat on the ceiling real quick, and then I'll be ready to move on. So one thing, there was like a plastic grate here holding, there's two big lights that go in this. What I did is I spray painted that black. It's just gonna look a lot better because it was a really gross cream color that was super faded over the years. So I can get that back up. I'm painting that outside now. Logan patched up the holes that were in this wall this morning. They're still a little wet. That's just some joint compound and some drywall. So what we're doing with this wall, instead of trying to retexture it, because we have those two patches, there's some stuff here, just a lot of imperfections with the texture on this wall. Probably need to figure that out. What I'm doing is I'm gonna do vertical shiplap on the bottom part of this. So probably right about there down. Next, we started painting the walls. The color we're using here is Meteorological by Behr, and it was left over from some other projects in our house. Meanwhile, I started working on the vertical shiplap. I got everything cut down to size. We're using 1/4 inch plywood, and then I started attaching it to the walls. I used construction adhesive and also stapled it to the wall in place and added a trim piece to the top. So I am working on the shiplap again. I got my last piece put in, I got the trim piece put on, and now I just wanted to show you if you have ever done shiplap in your house, you've probably encountered this, but you always want to make sure when you're installing faux shiplap like this where it's not actually interlocking, you want to make sure that the color behind your boards is painted the same color as your shiplap is going to be. So in my case, I just did white primer behind all these boards, but then when Logan painted the room, I wasn't clear with him what my plan was over here, and so I didn't like draw him a line or anything on where to stop on the green paint. So you can see here it goes till about here, and if you step back, it's very noticeable, even though it's just this tiny little gap. So if you make the mistake and you don't paint, or you're dealing with just a little bit of overlap, the best thing to do is just get a tiny, tiny little like artist paintbrush, and it's kind of tedious, but I'm just using primer and covering that up. And it looks like I'm probably gonna have to do 2 coats because I can kind of tell on these ones where I've already done. It's not very noticeable, but it's something that will always probably bug you later if you don't take the time to do it now. Next, I moved on to replacing some of the accessories in the bathroom. I started by adding this wall-mounted soap dispenser that really frees up some of our counter space. Then we moved on to the floors, last but not least. So we have a whole separate video and blog post, which I'll link here, but it walks you through the whole process, which is kind of intense, but if you have any questions, be sure to check that out first. Next, we replaced the vanity light, and again, we have a whole separate video and tutorial on this whole process if you want to learn how to do it as well. All right, guys, I am trying to wrap up the bathroom today. So we got the floors done. You've seen those, still loving them. Our shiplap is done. I'll try to back up a little further here. It looks great. I got the hooks hung up for the towels, which I love. We still have a little paint drying there. Logan just finished touching up paint in here. We got the towel ring hung. This is what I decided to do. I got a little soap dispenser that mounts on the wall there. So since we don't have any storage room. So I'm trying to figure out decor. I just went to Hobby Lobby and Target because what I had around the house wasn't working. So I wanted something kind of above the toilet here. So I got this little basket at Target. It's the Hearth and Hand line from Magnolia, and it's perfect up here. I got this little plant from Hobby Lobby. I love the terracotta. And then I think I'm gonna put like a candle or something there. And then this, I was looking for something, I wanted a place to put a few extra rolls of toilet paper in here. And this is just like absolutely perfect. Like they fit, they couldn't be more perfect for this. I think I have it up there for now. I could move it on to the floor, but I love kind of brings in a little extra decor in here that is actually functional. And for the walls, I found these 2 things at Hobby Lobby. So this was on clearance. It was only $4.50. I really like the edge design there. So since this saying doesn't really work in a bathroom, I don't think, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little mini woven wall hanging just to put in here and kind of mount it on the frame, and it'll cover those words up. But I just love the frame, and the price was great. And then this I also got at Hobby Lobby. I really like the detail on the edge. The saying is fun too. And I think these 2 things, like the colors, go really well together. So I'm gonna hang those up on the wall here, and then we're probably gonna call it a day. We got the new light in. So it's looking great. One last little project I decided to add at the end was making some DIY wall art with wood shims and some scrap wood that we had laying around, and I love how it turned out. Here is a little look at the before and the amazing after. I absolutely love our really budget-friendly bathroom. I'm so excited that we decided to tackle this project, and I hope that you are inspired. If you loved this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next one. And if you have any questions, just ask them below in the comments and I'll try to link everything that I mentioned as well. Have a great day.